Hello my beautiful muglets. So today we're talking about the best emulator for Epic 7 in 2020. I'm honestly not too sure what happened with the last update. Besides a lot of people talking about crashing on, I believe, iOS devices, emulators, at least the one I'm currently using, seem to have gotten a pretty big buff. We'll be trying out a few different emulators, but as a base we're starting with BlueStacks here. This is the emulator I've been using, I would say, most nowadays, partially because I'm also playing 7 Deadly Sins, and BlueStacks has an integrated landscape orientation thing, which is very helpful because the forced landscape apps you can get on like the Google Play Store make the game crash way too often, and BlueStacks doesn't really. Sometimes, but pretty rare. But I was playing Epic 7 on BlueStacks before the update as well, and it was just as bad as the rest. Like, I couldn't get a single emulator to work well, especially with AoE attacks, and now it's just so much better. It doesn't consistently stay at 60 FPS, but before it was like going down to 10 FPS during AoEs, and that was really ugly. But we can take a look at Lidica's ultimate here, for example, which is indeed an AoE. And yeah, you know, 47 was the lowest I saw there, which is still incredibly good. And without looking at the FPS counter, her ultimate looked good, you know, not really stuttery at all. Same with Zerato's ult here. A little bit stuttery, it went down to 32 that time, but still miles better than it ever has been. Another thing I've noticed is that performance increases a bit when you scale down the size of the window. So it was much bigger before, and yeah, you know, that looked a bit better. We can also try going into true full screen here, just keeping an eye on the FPS counter there. And that honestly seems about the best. Like, Bellona's ult is pretty hard to deal with, or it was hard to deal with. Yeah, that was actually pretty smooth. But yeah, back to windowed mode, because this is how I prefer to play, and we are going to do one final test, and this is the hero promotion / enhanced test, because this has always been absolutely abysmal on every emulator I've tried. I mean, you can already tell the scrolling is pretty damn smooth, you know? We're also gonna go over the settings, of course, in a second here. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Let's just promote this Mega Phantasma. There was a bit of a delay there, but let's see this. This is like the yeah, that's still pretty bad, honestly. I think it's a little faster than it was before, but yeah, it's still not super good. Yeah, there's definitely a pretty big delay there. Also, while removing fodders here, alright, well that works way better than it used to. Like, I remember before, if I would accidentally put a wrong fodder in there, I would just be like, I'm gonna go ahead and promote it anyway, because it takes 10 minutes to remove it. But yeah, the actual gameplay I think is the most important. But we're gonna go over my settings now. So we're on 1080p. 320 DPI, OpenGL, unchecked advanced graphics mode, GPU settings, have that checked if you have a dedicated graphics card. I know not everyone has a somewhat beefy 1080, which is actually kind of old in the meantime, but it's still strong. But the thing is, these are the settings I also had before, and it was garbage. ASTC disabled. I just set my performance to the default high, no custom. It seems like when I get into custom realm, it makes everything worse, so I just choose high. ABI is auto, although I don't think that really affects performance. ABI would just keep to auto unless you're experiencing compatibility issues because of some apps that will only run in ARM, then switch to ARM. And yeah, I think engine here is going to be the most important. We have Google Pixel 2 XL as the predefined profile, though I'm not sure how much that makes a difference either, but there it is. We are also on the latest version of BlueStacks, v4.190. So now we're going to be hitting up MuMu. We're going to keep BlueStacks open until we copy the settings over, and then we're going to close BlueStacks so, you know, they're not conflicting with each other and not sharing resources, obviously. Compatible Plus and Compatible are both OpenGL, so we're just going to leave it on Compatible Plus. Preset high performance, which is 6 CPU, 4 RAM. BlueStacks high performance, though, is 4 CPU, 4 RAM, so that's what we're going to do. I'm not too tech smart, honestly, when it comes to stuff like this, but we're going to leave rendering acceleration on. Resolution is the same as BlueStacks, 1080p, 320 DPI, 60 FPS, show FPS. Here we can go Pixel 4 XL, though, again, I don't really think it matters. All right, BlueStacks has been closed. We have MuMu open now. We're going to be trying that. This was my preferred emulator for Honkai Impact because it ran that the best. I was also trying Epic 7 here, but you have to disable root before you can even play it, and I didn't even see that option in MuMu for a while, so I thought, well, MuMu just can't play Epic 7. MuMu can go up to 120 FPS, BlueStacks can go up to 240, but Epic 7 can only go up to 60, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, we're just going to continue on with the Guilty Gear collab stages because that's what we were doing with BlueStacks. Don't want to really change anything here. So keeping an eye on the FPS up there. 57, Bellona. What's the Bellona test? Wow, actually pretty good. Not much different from BlueStacks, honestly. Zerato. Let's see. I mean, there's only 2 enemies there now, so let's see that again. Make sure it wasn't just a fluke, because there were variations when I was trying with BlueStacks as well. Damn, I didn't see it go below 53 there. Alright, alright. It seems like Epic 7 has done something to make emulators work better, or they optimized something. Whether that was on purpose or not, I don't know, but emulators are just running really well now, and I'm just happy about that. But it seems like MuMu runs really well too. I should try some other content as well. Like, I know Floor 100 of Abyss has a ton of enemies to start. We probably should have done that from the beginning, honestly. Let's see this. Wow. Damn. So yeah, there are 5 enemies here. And it didn't drop below like 44 or something, I think it was. That's crazy. Let's see his as well. Yeah, there was definitely some chugging along there. And Bellona's was good though. Finally we got Charles. Yeah, a stutter or two, but still overall way better than it's ever been. But yeah, honestly, I don't think there's too much need to try other emulators actually, because neither MuMu nor BlueStacks worked very well with Epic 7, and neither did Nox or LD Player. Just those AoE attacks would cripple it and make it look horrible. But now, I mean, it looks good on both. Epic 7 did a good thing in relation to using emulators with it. Personally, I'm probably still gonna be using BlueStacks though, just because it has that integrated landscape thing. Oh wait, we need to do the MuMu hero enhancement test. I'd probably use MuMu over BlueStacks if this is better, because like I've literally switched over to my tablet in the middle of recording when I had to enhance some guys, just because of how horrible it is. But let's see. No, it's still the same, unfortunately. Guess that's one thing they haven't been able to figure out yet. Maybe it's a tiny bit faster. I know it's a little faster than it was, but if it's a little faster than BlueStacks, I'm not sure. I might do some side-by-side comparisons at the end. There is one specific hero, and that's Lidica. Her second skill, Thornbush, like 5 FPS, dude. So that's what I want to try. Want to finish that speed set so she can go first. Literally doesn't matter, I just want the speed set. And we're going back to floor 100. If this like stays above 30 FPS, I'll be incredibly impressed. Here we go. This is the biggest test. 32! I think the lowest it dropped was 32 I saw. I'm honestly mainly keeping an eye on the FPS counter, so I am barely looking to see if it just actually looks good. Because there could still be stutters and the FPS counter just won't pick that up, because it only updates like once a second. So now I'm just going to take some time to actually look at it. Dude, that was actually pretty good, you know? Like, I could notice a slowdown of frame rate, of course, but compared to how it was before, it's like perfect comparatively. So we also have BlueStacks open now, and I'm kinda just curious to see how much it impacts performance, if at all. Starting with Seasides, I guess. Yeah, 41, 38. Here's the real test. Yeah, it definitely does impact performance for sure, so maybe stick to just one emulator. Alright, but we're gonna go ahead and close that now, and we're gonna go ahead and try the same things on BlueStacks. So trying Lidica S2 on BlueStacks now. Oh yeah, okay, that was definitely way worse. Hold on a sec. One thing that I think is different from MuMu and BlueStacks is that, so MuMu has this acceleration stuff, and I think that is similar to the ASTC, but MuMu definitely takes the cake with that one. And when I switched it from disable to hardware decoding, it says please clear its data in cache. Again, I'm not the most tech savvy, but just from these little experiments, MuMu does seem to be better in more cases, though in your typical case of like, you know, 3 or 4 enemies, they seem to perform pretty similar. But I guess that'll pretty much do it for today's video. Make sure to tell me what you think in the comments down below. If you're using different settings that work even better, you can drop them down there as well. Leaving a like on this video if you did happen to enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.